Green flag from the back of the field for our last Ginetta race of the weekend. Red lights on the reverse grid race, pole position then. Alistair James, George Morrell's on the outside. Alistair James stalled. Let's hope. Oh, outside in there was Aaron Williamson. That is not what we wanted. Sadly, the pole man, I wonder if nerves just got the better of him there, maybe on pole position. So very clearly, as you can appreciate, red flags coming out. Do you think it was a touch of nerves there?
Is mandatory. And watch for it, we're green. We are racing. Oh, and already a huge incident. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. A huge, including our double defending race winner, the Falcon Tire Porsche we're on board with, and a huge shunt. And I'll be honest, Jeremy, it happened so fast, I have no clue what happened. Suddenly cars were just everywhere.
That card. Yeah.
Oh.
You know, shoot, he got hit from behind, didn't he?
He got hit from behind.
Was that by?
I'm not sure who that
I
was.
think that was one of the extreme speed cars that hit it.
It could be, but the problem is I think somebody.
We're racing in GP2, a slow getaway from Chicotto, lots of wheel spin, great start from Mitch Evans. Alongside Chicotto now comes Fabio Lima, trying to go around the outside, lock up and brakes, and Evans takes the lead. Chicotto has ruined that, and over the top of him goes Fabio Lima. Carambolage at turn 1.
Okay, that's going to be red flag probably.
Must be red flagged. Lots going on down there. We've got Dillman into the back of Riquelme, is that, or is that Ericsson? Yeah. It's a big old mess down there. We've got Leal into the back of Palmer. Frines is in there. We've got Trummer. Rossi's in it as well. And that is what happens here in Monaco. And safety car is out. No,
that's not Bird. That's
it's Palmer at the front. That's Dillman over the back of Ericsson. And there is Berton in there as well. And well, we knew that. You said it was going to be a GP2 start, didn't you, Jerome? You weren't wrong. I think that's.
I mean, this is
mayhem.
another. You know, Chicotto's the one who kind of started all.
Yeah, you're the one who said he shouldn't be racing here this weekend.
No,
anyway.
but you know, he clearly outbraked himself, went straight in the wall. You know, Limer couldn't turn, and you know, it's not a big. I mean, it's not, you know, any kind of aggressive mistake from. And we see, you know, even Limer brakes, but you know, and Limer cannot turn because just Chicotto goes straight. I mean, he doesn't even. He's not anywhere near making the corner.
Wow. On board with Coletti. Around Canamassas, coming down the start-finish straight. Great start from the Monegasque. Let's have a look ahead of us as Chicotto goes straight in.
He's not aggressive at all. It's just he's got no room to go to.
And there's just nowhere to go.
Available, and just ahead of them, Max Wissel using...
Oh! What's that?
I don't know quite. It was a shot from the Olympiakos car. We'll try and get another view of that. He's running in...
Oh, that's a huge accident by Chris Vanderdrift. He's gone over the back of the AS Roma car, and that is incredible. That's got to be a red flag. It looks like he's been in the trees.
So the Olympiacos car in the middle of the track there on the approach to Hawthorns. Cars avoiding the debris, and people still not quite sure. They're still racing, of course. They're still hard at it because there's no yellows out there at the moment. There's a red flag. Red flag has been called. What happened? He ran into the back of the car ahead, but let's just see it at real time here. And in fact, that's interesting. Oh, it was a miscommunication effectively because AS Roma was moving to the right to let him pass on the left.
Yeah, and here we go.
Oh,
and that's a terrible, terrible accident.
A massive accident, absolutely huge. The car splitting in half, which is what it's designed to do. The engine and gearbox splitting away from the monocoque.
Jetzt wollen wir uns erstmal auf die ersten Meter konzentrieren. Start ist freigegeben, der Ford kommt gut weg. Dahinter ist der SLS auf der 2 und René Rast, Christopher Mies innen und Crash hinten. Das ist eine Corvette, die da abfliegt und ich sehe ein Safety Car.
Gerd Beisel, oh, und da gibt es sogar eine kleine Feuerentwicklung.
Abbruch, ihr könnt vom Gas gehen, das ist eine erstmal sicherheitsbedingte Entscheidung. Das Feld hat es vielleicht noch gar nicht richtig bekommen, aber ihr könnt vom Gas, weil Feuer und so ein Unfall im Start braucht kein Mensch. Jetzt müssen wir uns erstmal...
Um entsprechend zu sehen. Wir sehen, Gerd Beisel ist ausgestiegen, wird gestützt, aber er ist schon mal draußen. Das ist, glaube ich, das ganz Wichtige in dem Moment.
Da sitzt auch der Schreck im Rennanzug im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes, aber vorsichtige Entwarnung, klar.
Michele macht seinen Job, entsprechend Maxi Götz reiht sich da hinten ein. Jetzt sehen wir hier in der Mitte ganz hinten, da gibt es entsprechend die Berührung. Die 49, das ist das Phoenix-Auto und eben die 40 Gerd Beisel.
RWT Racing ist ein Gaststart der Corvette. Da hat man gesagt, Mensch, wir kommen hier zu unserem Heimspiel mehr oder weniger und fahren. Und dann bitte das. Schauen Sie mal, wie der nach rechts abbiegt. Hier kriegt er den Schlag, zack, und dann geht da gar nichts mehr. Ist da die Mauer noch mit einer Safer Wall versehen oder war das der nackte Beton?
Der nackte Beton an der Stelle.
Pit straight, it is in the pit straight and it will be an enormous accident then because that's something like 150 miles an hour. It's the back end of the Jaguar has got away from safety car out, of course, and this will play into the hands of anybody who's yet to stop for fuel. This
Fisichella pass Raikkonen, oh!
Nasty. He hit the stationary tyre, of course, and terrible accident there for...
Devant le poleman Walter Grabmüller. Ou attention derrière, ça part en tête à queue. Le gros crash avec le tonneau. C'est pour Gabriel Diaz. Du T-Sport engagé dans la catégorie nationale. À mon avis, on va avoir emmené... Ouais, drapeau rouge. Emmené par Daniel Ricciardo sur cette course. Drapeau rouge évidemment sur la grille. Et on va avoir un restart pour cette course. Tous les pilotes évidemment sont informés par les différents postes de commissaires. Voilà exactement Wayne Boyd qui arrive, qui sort très large, perd le contrôle de sa voiture et là eh bien, il percute. Oui, choc très violent hein, pour le Brésilien. Et s'infiltre et puis là Wayne Boyd voilà, qui part en tête à queue et qui va aller percuter par l'arrière le Brésilien. Il ne peut pas faire grand chose hein, dans l'affaire hein, le malheureux Gabriel.
Mr. Excitement, speaking of being careful. No, hey! Oh, down goes Metcalf. He crashes right in front of our camera position. That looked nasty, particularly with his right arm, Patrick Metcalf just then. And all of a sudden, Crow has joined back up to take that position. I hope Patrick Metcalf's okay.
He looked very limp there, as though he had sort of virtually knocked himself out as soon as he hit, and that's good news because that means he can't tighten himself up and get further injuries.
Main straightaway.
Red flag, they've stopped the race. Good news, Metcalf is at least up and about. Here's a replay of it now. Looks,
he ran into the back of Grant Hay.
Absolutely. Looks like the front wheel hit the back wheel of Grant Hay. And as you could see when he fell down there, he was momentarily knocked out. Look how limp he is, and that's good because as we've seen the pictures, the footage, he's back up and he's all right.
So this will be a race.
Christian Dick coming through there, local man like Frank Raffler's Raffle, and side by side with Breeze. Breeze ends up on the grass, he's going to spin the car. Oh, Breeze, he's just missed them. This is contact there, I think that was sharp and mushy.
It was, yeah.
Oh,
dear, no.
Oh my goodness, what was Proctor doing? What was he thinking? Well, oh goodness me. Big hit. I think this is absolutely 100% safety car material now.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Let's firstly hope that both the drivers are okay. That's the most important thing, because that was a nasty hit for Carl Breeze. And we know how strong the G50s are. But there's Proctor still in the car. Let's just check he's okay as well. I think he's taking it all on board. That is Carl Breeze's car. The red flag has been shown. Red flag has been shown. And that is obviously because they're concerned about making sure that the drivers are okay. Obviously a lot of work going on down there. Ian Watson just to the right there, the clerk of the course. Obviously just checking on what's happening in the pro. Carl is okay. That's the most important. You can see that he's obviously, I would imagine, probably pretty bruised and battered from that. It was a hell of a hit.
It was, wasn't it?
But it just shows you... no, was that Carl or was that Proctor? I think that was Carl Breeze.
I think it was Proctor's got much shorter hair than that.
He has, yeah. We got the wave. Well,
and he's a little bit heavier, if you won't mind.
He's a bit.
Right there, we could keep both these battles in this shot. Great job, guys. Down the stretch. Look out. Trouble. Kurt's into the wall. Boyer's in it as well. And Kurt's getting the worst of it.
It's like a little bump drafting going on right there. We're trying to gain the advantage. Looks like the 48 got to the back of him a little bit.
Boy, he almost came back out onto the track right there. And there is the view as Kurt takes the wheel off.
Man, look at this car.
Oh, man, further back, Elliott Sadler. And look at this. Gosh. The engine is out of this thing.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that's the whole suspension. It's like the front part of the front suspension.
The window net is down for Elliott. He's got the helmet off already. That is the best news.
You can see he
is in some pain. Oh, man, I hate to see this. Look at the front of that car.
The engine completely out of the car. Can't remember the last time I saw one like that.
Kurt has climbed out. Well, I have to be honest with you. The last time I saw it was back when we were covering drag racing. And it's not a pretty sight when they have that happen over there either.
And Kurt took a hard lick also.
He's walking under his own power. But right now, Elliott Sadler, we have a red flag situation as Elliott did climb out of the car himself, but he has laid down right on the straightaway there. And the medical crew is there already.
Here's what Andy was talking about. The 48 was right on the 2. Looks like he might have got into him a little hard and turned him. Yeah, he was trying to help him pass this 33 car, Clint Boyer, but yeah, kind of went bad there. That's a hard lick at 180 miles an hour. You know, and then Boyer tags Kurt Busch. There's where the front wheel came from, maybe off of this 2 car. Yeah, there it comes loose. And then Kurt takes a pretty hard lick here on this inside wall. We've been talking about the safety, you know, or lack thereof, on this back straightaway at this track. I mean, it's, you know, the grass is kind of a situation that's really hard to deal with when you have these cars getting off into it.
It was a situation that track officials were addressing this week. The lower right of your screen.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Look at that! Head on into that Armco.
Took part in Superstock last year. And we're racing down under brilliant start from both Corsa and Bayliss. Oh no! Horrible start there for what looks like Fabrizio.
Oh, he stalled on the line.
Oh. Real trouble. He's walking away, thankfully, as we watch them go through the first corner and down towards the southern loop. That hard, nasty crash there. He stalled off the line, and the youngster Michel Fabrizio, real dramatic stuff as they head down out of the southern loop.
They're going to have to red flag the race because there's still a rider and a safety car on the circuit at the start-finish line. One of the Kawasaki's came through from the back,
and he was hit too, and now he's down. So not what we want to see in racing, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a red flag, and it is out already. The red flag is out, and we have stopped racing here because one of the, it could be Ian Utso, do you think? And another rider, several riders down at MG. Stefoglu going very wide indeed, but keeping it all together. We're looking out the window because the crash rider on the Kawasaki is right in front of us, but you are watching dramatic pictures at the top of Lukey Heights as several riders, in fact, oh my word, it's Chianari and his teammate that went down.
Oh my God, what is happening here?
Well, this is not what we expected. Tardozzi looking after Fabrizio, who's straight onto a stretcher. His bike being pulled across the track. Steve, I don't think I've ever seen such a dramatic start at the island. Here's another look at what happened. Oh, that's just the worst possible scenario.
That's a horrible hit. Horrible. Oh, look, it's knocked his boot off, and he's going to have a problem with that. Oh, he stalled on the line.
It's got to be the most frightening thing you can ever witness.
Still didn't pick up the number of the Kawasaki. It's one of the Petticini bikes, that's for sure, and it would got to have been Battavini, I think
it would have been Battavini at the back. Here's what happened. Look, all three Hondas involved. Carlos Checa is...
No, who is that Honda?
Well, Carlos Checa was... There's Stefoglu going down the hill, trying to stay in control. Chianari.
Wird das Auto von Nicolas Pola an den Schlepphaken gehängt. Da kommt das Feld jetzt in diese Yellow Flag Location und da gibt es einen riesen Einschlag. Gleich zweimal sind dort Piloten in das Streckensicherungsfahrzeug gefahren, das Nicolas Pola eigentlich dort unten bergen sollte. Um Himmels Willen, und das gibt eine Red Flag. Das habe ich mir gedacht. Ganz klar, das gibt die rote Flagge ohne Wenn und Aber. Jetzt heißt es erstmal ganz tief durchatmen. Hinter Gustav Malja. Denjenigen, der da in das Fahrzeug, in das Streckensicherungsfahrzeug als erstes hineingerutscht ist. Das wird dann Florian Herzog gewesen sein mit der Startnummer 9.
Here's Sam Hornish racing with Casey Kane as they come out of the corner.
Oh, looks like Casey got loose and tried to correct it. Got into Sam, and goodness gracious, what
Just as we saw the other day. Wow, huge lick by Jeff Gordon. It's good to see him get out of his car.
And Sam Hornish. Both of those cars hit extremely hard on that second impact.
Gordon head on into the Armco barrier.
We saw this happen with Jason Leffler's car the other day, get thrown back, and Jeff Gordon wide open, nowhere to go.
It's good to see those guys get out of the car.
Joey Logano just missing the inside of the 77 car when he came by.
Right along with Jeff Gordon here. Be ready, folks. This is hard. Ooh. Man, just no time to do anything.
And there's no safer barrier there. That's just an Armco barrier, steel barrier. Fortunately, Jeff able to get the helmet off and walk away.
Scream across that start finish line, but no. Palmer's making a move down the inside.
There's contact between them. Rosenqvist spins. Which way does Jolien go? He's assaulted by Vautier, who rolls. Big accident. Over goes Vautier. Out goes Palmer. Off goes Rosenqvist. And that all started with two drivers vying for the lead. And there's more mayhem as other people pile into the wreckage. Who else have we lost? It looks like Cipriani, I think, has gone off as well. But Tristan Vautier was the innocent party in all of this. He came round the corner to find Jolien Palmer, who slowed right down, wondering which way to go. Vautier launched himself over the top of him.
So the race has been stopped. Let's just hope that Tristan Vautier is unhurt in that what looked like a very scary roll.
So the red flag is out, everybody slows down. I say everybody, that's a bit previous really, because some do and some don't, but gradually the message gets through. Well, in the background, look, Dimitris Papanastasiou launches himself into the back of somebody else, and that, under the red flag, puts him completely out of it. And that's not going to go down a storm with the clerk of the course either. You're not going to do things like that at the best of times, never mind under a red flag.
Rosenqvist oversteers into the corner, that puts him in the path of Palmer, who makes contact, has to slow, and then Vautier, with nowhere to go, hits the tail end of Palmer's car, and that sends him into a nasty-looking barrel roll.
Down towards the dry sack corner they come. Who's bravest on the brakes?
Oh! And that's Corsi. That's Corsi who's taking out the race lead out. Oh, we've got a pile up at the
got 1, 2, 3, 4 riders down.
There's something on the track. There must be something on the track down there from the initial crash with Corsi and Tomazawa. And there's a race on now on pit lane. These guys have only got one bike. If the race is stopped for this, they need to turn these bikes around straight away.
And the race has been stopped. The Moto2 race here in Jerez has been stopped. An accident 1.5 laps in, down at the dry sack corner. So it was Tomazawa that was leading the way, and there we go. That was the start of it, and then It could have certainly been Julian Simon could have done. Fonzie Nieto could have been in there as well. Does appear that everybody is okay, but the race has been...
Ready for the lights. Here we go in round 6. Timo Glock, a great launch. Oh, he collides with his teammate. The iSport teammates, Andrea Zuber and Timo Glock collide. I can't believe what we just saw.
Well, they're both trying to cut across and block each other, a la Schumacher, and they both run into each other, both out.
What a gift for row 2. Bruno Senna and Luca Di Grassi. Whoa.
Wow.
Gently, boys.
Well, we always say you never know what you're going to get to expect once a race starts in GP2, but boy, oh boy.
And this is where you expect to see trouble down here at the hairpin. A lot of jostling for position here. No, they all get through so far.
Well, day ain't over yet.
Oh, there's plenty of scope left yet.
Yo!
Oh, bad one, bad one.
Not sure exactly who that was. Clip the top off of a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I think exactly right, Bob. That's one of the fire extinguishers gone off, but I think
it's one of the racing engineering cars from Spain. It would be either Ernesto Vizo or Javier Villa. To get airborne, it's normally due to contact. And there you see Vizo coming around. Oh, part of a 2-car train going around a slower car in his right front to left rear.
Now here goes the car. Watch the car go over and see what the impact point is on the wall. That's what you got to look for. There.
That impact is in front of the driver. Takes out the trackside signage.
Only just.
And then thankfully, look, it slides over the top of the concrete wall. Boy, it was very nasty. There's no question of that. But I just hope the roller hoop remained intact.
Well, Carboni's just holding on for dear life there. Oh no, that's Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is back in the wall. Having had the perfect weekend, it's all come to nothing. But I think it really was a case of just trying too much, too hard, knowing that he had so much to do.
He had nothing to lose, you know.
Exactly.
He's already lost it. He had to just give 100%. He's obviously tried to overtake a car up the inside or something and just lost the back end.
A real shame, because without a doubt, he has proved beyond a doubt this weekend in my mind that the backing, and certainly the interest from McLaren that they've shown has been justified. They've had him under their wing. Oh no!
Massive shunt.
That's it. That's a massive shunt, and that will definitely bring a stop to this race.
It's going to be called.
No safety car can go through there.
I think we've gone past the distance.
We've got point of no return, and I think that could be a result, therefore. What a massive shunt. Let's hope everybody's okay.
Let's hope no one's going to go into the back of them now.
Yeah. But as you can see, all the drivers getting out, thankfully.
I hope there's no one under that. Either there was someone sitting under that. Let's hope that guy's okay.
Wow, incredible situation. Red flag obviously now being waved. Wow, that's a massive shunt.
That car that went in afterwards, he got the full force of the other car on his